is why I do the news, because, well, I don't think I would make it very well as a criminal, as you can see here. This is me from 4 years ago. I don't look much different, do I?
Power station. Hopefully the effects is not electrified. Let's see.
I need smoke coming from my hands, as according to one other person. But pause means pause, computer. Thank you. So at any rate, this is Season 2, Episode 14, and this is Nerf News from Hours, or also the show I call The Constant Fight with the LCD, the lighting, the camera, my low budget, my lifestyle. Hey, what can I say? I do the best I can. You don't like my vids, you don't have to watch. It's fine. I'll forgive you. I will. But this is just my bouts of insanity talking about the news, underground news, not sponsored from anybody else, not sponsored from people getting gifts from companies every day, not sponsored by other conflict of interest, corporate interests, what have you, but the news, just straight out the news and my crazy antics. And I have some pretty good stories today to tell you. The first one, of course, being the new worker darts. Yes, that is our top story for today, and there's a good reason for it, because it really is like Dart Wars. Da 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 da. Yep, it is. Oh, I should tell you one more thing, real quick. See, I took my pills today, and unfortunately, if I take my pills, I can tell nothing but the truth. Yeah, I know. It seems like that's why I was so brutally honest in the beginning. Yeah, no, I get it now. Yeah, I took my pills. I'm sorry. I'm going to be brutally honest, and I'm going to tell you exactly what's what. So, and anywho, don't you go changing. Even if I get too honest for you. God, it's going to be like that movie, Liar, Liar, isn't it? Oh, shit. I hope I didn't say that loud just now. Shit, I did, didn't I? So this week, we have these new worker darts, which actually are very interesting in a lot of ways. So they claim a lot of things, like, for example, they're better glued, they're better this, they're better that. But the biggest thing is they're 38 millimeters. Check it. 38? No, screen. Do what I want. Yes, thank you. 38 millimeters. Now, a lot of people are thinking, okay, this can't fit in a katana mag, because a katana mag is exactly 38 millimeters. So I decided to take a katana mag, make a dart, not a worker one, but, you know, an Adventure Force one, still, you know, Eraserhead. And I decided to cut it, if gravity doesn't have its way with me, cut it down exactly to 38 millimeters. Exactly, see? So here it is. There's 38. Those are in half millimeters. Okay, there it is. There you go. Do. See? I decided to make it exactly 38. Okay. So I put this in here, and there we go. And yeah, it does kind of stick a little, but that's just slightly over 38 because the foam sticks out just a little. But then again, if I can't get it exactly 38, how are we supposed to expect them to get it exactly 38? It's interesting. This is supposed to be premium darts, $14 for 200, or about $7 per per 100. So they're supposed to be premium. They has a spacer. Another really interesting part is it has a spacer in here that keeps this little ridge here. So there have been lots of people like my friend Corey Riven, Bradley Phillips. A lot of people have taken these darts and hand glued them so to get rid of that gap. But now, what this is going to do is it's going to make that gap mandatory. And of course, when asked about, hey, why do you have that gap in there? They say, well, it makes it more accurate. No, I think better darts make it accurate. But they're trying to do that too, actually. So it's purple foam and it's orange. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to shoot this. First, we're going to shoot a packed demon. I'm just going to shoot at my target over there. Yeah, and now we're going to take this. And if it doesn't feed, I'm safe. If not, I'm going to have a welt here because we're going to see if this actually feeds with a katana mag. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Ready, set, and... Ah! Ow! Ah! Okay, that wasn't too hard of a shot, but it was right in the bone. Ooh. See, it could work. It's just it's going to be really tight. And do I think this is possibly an anti-competitive thing? Probably. But that's exactly 38. Now, of course, we've seen worker darts. We've seen the heads go up and down. These are supposed to be premium, so that's supposed to do that. But we'll have to see, not just after the first batch, but after, I don't know, a while, to see if they actually keep the dimensions correct. Because that head moving, what have you, I like the fact that it does have, if they do want to keep a space there, which I think is stupid, but, you know, it's their philosophy. They think it makes it more accurate. Well, fine. Other people do. They think it's fine, okay? it does give it a regulation of how high that gap is at all times. So when the worker actually puts the dart in, it will actually keep that same distance rather than trying to guesstimate, have a little tab there every time. Yeah. So, and as you can see, just 38. I mean, I was able to feed that. Yes, that was a second dart, and yes, a magazine full of these probably would jam. But do I think? Yeah, it probably is a move to make it so the Talon Mags, which can fit 38, is no problem, rather than 38, which is the exact measurement on the inside of this. It wouldn't work as well. Also, they claim that this is injection molded from the front, so it will be perfect. But we'll have to see how these perfect darts are gonna be. A lot of people, they like the red full lengths better, but they didn't think it was as great as it's gonna be. Well, this one, they're kind of promising that, yeah, these are gonna be great and wonderful. $14.7. Yay, wonderful. Yay, yay, you know. And shipping, $5.31. So for 200 of these, it's gonna cost you about $21. $21. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty much there. But what do you think? What do you think of this whole thing with Worker making them 38 millimeters, and they fly better? I don't think they do it because they fly better. I think they do it because that is exact distance, and a lot of people have the same suspicion. But it's not enough to keep it from totally not fitting in the magazine, and I want people to know that. I cut that down just over 38 millimeters. That little bit of fuzz at the very end of it, with an actual ruler, and guess what? I was actually able to feed it. It's pretty crazy. So Daryl McNeil over at Utah Foam Slingers, he posted this up. This is the new Blaze Storm, and remember that Purse Blaster that Nerf had? They actually have one, and what I like about this Blaze Storm Blaster, available at evac.com, is that they actually have. Actually, something a guy would use. Like the other one really looked like a purse, like an old lady's purse. It was pretty bad. This is a little more, more for us. I'm still wondering how well it's built. It's got your little slam thing, you know, so you can so that's pretty cool. And yeah, but I gotta be honest. Would I buy this blaster? No, but it is kind of neat that they made a guy's version of this. And if you think about it, if you're going to make a knockoff blaster and it was really good as a girl's blaster, you should make a guy's version, you know? I mean, hint to Blaze Storm, hint, copy this and make it guys. Yes, make it orange and blue and orange and make it a guy's version of this. I'd love to test it out. An orange and blue version of the Starshot, that'd be great. That'd be wonderful. Could you imagine a manly Starshot? A manly Starshot. Wow, that would be really bitchin'. So Light Take is now with that new slide breachers making a big shock version, which is kind of cool. It does tell me that the diameter of this is like 32 millimeters or something like that, which I actually got a post from somebody. I've been waiting for them to do a video. They said that they got the Fire Strike version with the brass tube, and he was able to get some pretty good velocity. And I mean good, like 290, 300 feet per second, allegedly. Now, I'm not going to back that until I see it, because I've seen people do things like use the Nerf chrono barrel and say, hey, I got 300 feet per second or 400. Oh, and that's just a phenomenon that just keeps going. I see at least 2 of those posts a week. But I believe him. As early as 32 millimeters and it's 3.5-inch draw, I believe him. But we have this here. But there's been a lot of confusion on how to install these kits. Tungsten actually got one of these kits. And if you guys remember, he tried to put it on top of it rather than through the back of it. And he couldn't figure out how to do it. And then he was like, oh, okay, well, you have to actually install the breech from behind the plunger tube and put it back. And then, of course, that's one with just your stock... Your stock Fire Strike plunger tube, which I think this all is too much trouble for a stock Fire Strike plunger tube. But you get like something like a 32 millimeter plunger tube. Okay, now you're talking. Now you got some power. You got some guts. So it'd be really interesting to see this kit. It'd be really interesting to see video of that kit. I told him to go ahead and put up a video, and if he did, let me know, and I'll post it. But yeah, so. This is really cool. I still like my way of doing things, making things, brass coupler and light and super happy. Yes, that's the way I like to do things. Of course, if I shot at this screen, I'd probably put a hole through it, but nonetheless, yeah. That's just me. Oh yes, this is my Armageddon special. I moved the scope up and I gave it a little more you know? So now it's So what do I mean by this Chrono Barrel's misreading stuff? Well, Darian Brown, of Renders Mars Welcome, yeah, he showed this. So this was an ECS-10. It usually fires in the high 130s, and the tip flew off, and it gave him a 409. And this is because the Chrono Barrel reads it from the distance, so when it's expecting always a 72 millimeter dart. And as soon as you are firing a shorter dart, it thinks that's a 72 millimeter dart, and it will read it as twice the speed. So chronographs are picky. I've noticed if you put a lot of spin on it too, also very quirky, very quirky as well. One of my friends, Alan Turbino, actually I give the advice of, get a copy of Audacity and record it from firing. And don't hit that with your elbow. Record it from firing, and from the time it exits to the time it leaves, and record that, how long it is from impact, That's an idea too. I would love to do that, like with video, like slow-mo video. Like if you can count how many, if it's like real slow motion, you can count how many frames, and from 3 feet of the wall. Of course, I would need like 10,000 frames per second or something like that to do that. But that'd be really neat, seeing this dart go, or I should do it on this one. That'd be really cool. So I would love to see more videos like that done. And I've told Alan that. I've told him that, I would love to see more slow motion videos, that sort of thing. But yeah, this is the phenomenon I'm talking about. Yippers, 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 yippers. Do, 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 do. Yep. The 409 foot per second ECS-10 modulus. Yay! So here it is. Like I said last week when I knew about this article, he actually did an article, which is funny. They released the new worker darts right after this, which is a coincidence actually. And what he found was that the worker darts are actually very accurate darts. They're heavier, they're accurate. They're also the slowest, but they're accurate. PAC-Ds are accurate, but you know what? I gotta be honest with PAC-Ds. I'll be honest. I took my honesty pills, so I'll be honest. The way that the glue is on the PAC-D on the front, and I guess you could say that for workers or any other darts, but it really affects it because it's a dome, okay? If you got a flathead and you have like a little extra glue on there, it doesn't really affect it, but a dome, yes, okay? So what I do when I do mine, now look at my look at this dart. This is a dart I just made. Still has a little bit of fuzz on it from the glue, but as you can see, it's very even. Okay, if this isn't even, and I mean like the glue bead itself, it will, yeah, a little bit. He's also using very different glue methods than I am, which is cool. But the nice thing is that it evens out. But I've noticed the PAC-Ds do that a lot more. So if you have like this big wad of glue on the front, it will make the dart not consistent, and it may not work as well. But a lot of people like the worker darts. I don't. I never have. I like these ones. And he's doing a lot of really good comparisons with these, and a lot of really good stuff. So it's really interesting where the results. Me personally, I found quite the opposite. I found that the PAC-Ds are actually way more accurate than the workers, and they go farther, and they have better ballistics, and they're a little more predictable. Yeah, even when I did take a few of these and glue these, it just, yeah, even on something with no rifling like a Bird of Prey LT, it was just not, But a lot of things could affect it too. The heat, the humidity, the climate. This is in Australia. See, I like this. He just across the board just made the test even. So, a couple things from Northeast Design this week. First was this announcement that he's really sorry that he hasn't been very active with his Etsy, and he's had to cancel a lot of orders and this and that. Basically, he's ran into the problem that a lot of people have ran into, and that is that, it's very hard as a guy trying to do commissions to service everybody, and very hard to do everything when you're one person. You're trying to progress your mods, you're trying to improve your YouTube channel, you're trying to do everything. You're trying to get everything done, and it's very difficult, okay? And I understand how that is. Like, just trying to keep up with the Nerf social life, trying to keep up with everything. And he was only able to get 5 chimeras done, and he's in the process of refunding right now people and this and that. Really great blaster, the chimera. It was actually the cover photo of one of my episodes was the chimera. And you know, I mean, it's really tough because getting that infrastructure is hard, especially when you're doing research and design, you're doing videos, you're doing games, you're doing meets, you're doing Nerf leagues, you're doing all this stuff. It becomes very, very hard to do that. Okay, and many people have tried to make a living off of it, and it's been very, very tough to make a living off of because you don't. It's not a lot of money, and it's very, very tough, difficult. The other thing that he put out was this right here. This baby. Oh man, check this out. So you can put like a katana mag breach on anything now, which is really cool. So this is the Bonswana. It almost like, you know, it would look really cool on. It would look really cool on like one of these. Oh yeah, the bird's not up right now. I'm sorry. I was working on this yesterday, and I just noticed that the bird is not up. But yeah, let me see. Be really cool on one of these. I mean, can you imagine one of these with a Bonswana, just like shoo, choo, choo, boom? You know, that would be really kick ass. You know, but here he has it on a crossbow. Right here. Of course, this is the smaller crossbow, the smaller fast crossbow. And, yeah, I had just taken this apart because I had actually put in fiberglass bears right here to make it so that there's no play within the bear. I know, we're nerdy, aren't we? Aren't we just nerdy in this community? Shouldn't you just run away and be afraid? Well, a lot of people are, but I say, hey, go ahead, be afraid. We don't give a shit. Boom, swana, boom, swana, boom, swana. So essentially, he's going to start working on this stuff right here, the Boonswana and everything, and that'd be really cool. The Chimera is really a great blaster, 3 to 40 feet per second, uses more of a long shot plunger tube kind of system. It's really kick ass, but these people keep bugging me. I'm really sorry, but yeah, it's really kick ass, and I know Drac got one and thought it was just really killer, and a lot of people thought it was really awesome. I mean, it was the stuff that Nerf dreams are made of. But I'll be honest with you, he lays it out right here. It is not easy to put out these Nerf dreams. And, I mean, Turf Springs had the same problem. They're pretty much closed door. You can get the USA Springs, and sometimes you can find them online. On eBay, you can find the Australian Springs. But that company pretty much shut down because it's just so hard. With such a limited market, there's not really that much money there. Here, we're gonna mute you for a while. Just going to, and the reason is because, well, I'm in the middle of a show. Thank you. So, I know how hard it is. It's tough. Like those sharp fire kits. I did like almost 100 sharp fire kits. It was so hard. I barely saw any money at the end of that. Most of it went into labor. Most of it went into parts and shipping and everything else. Is it really worth the trouble? Well, I think if you're a bigger operation, yes. But if you're small, no, it's really not. It's really tough. And this is kind of where I've gone, where people are always asking for commissions. Can you make this for me? Can you make me a Chronomag? Can you make me a Bird of Prey? Can you make me... It's like, dude, these things take a lot of time and effort to do. It takes a lot of skill to do. And people expect these not to cost so much because, well, they're for toys. Well, they were once toys. Huh. But, yeah, so... It's been tough, and then you run it behind on commissions and everything else, and, you know, it's, like I said, commissions aren't for everybody. It's really tough, and people who try to make a living off of it usually are, like, mass 3D printers, or are people who distribute, but people build, that's hard, and that's why I encourage people to learn how to build, and I encourage people to learn how to do it, because it's very hard for somebody doing commissions to do this kind of stuff, and to keep up with the demand, and to stay afloat. This was a funny video because he got this Epic Summer Nerf War pack, and the funny thing was there wasn't very much Nerf in it, and Wacom got one too, and he was like excited, stoked as hell, but look at his reaction.
Oh. There's a misunderstanding. I thought the rival Edge Blasters were going to be in here. Thank you for the care package, but I was so stoked for the rival Edge Blasters.
Yeah, the rival Edge Blasters. Yeah. We want to see the rival Edge Blasters, especially the new Helios mag. Oh, yes.
What the F
so,
is that?
I saw this. He was like, what the F is that? I thought the same thing. Your kids act up, you put a dream sack on their heads. Ah, see, check it out. See, it's a dream sack. It's not a sleeping bag. It's a
tarp piece of plastic. It looks like you can slide in it like a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
I really hope there's paperwork in there that explains what this is.
I hope so too, but they don't. All they do is they have this note like Wacom's had, where it said that you know what? Here's a box of Nerf goodies. We want to see you, Nerf Nation, go out and do some fun things with this stuff for the summer. And it's like, dude, if you wanted people to go busey with like a Fortnite water gun and stuff like that, dude, you should send it to me. I would have been perfect for it. Oh my gosh, can you imagine how much stuff I would do? I would go to like Manhattan Beach and just like squirt people and stuff like that and get the lifeguard to chase me and everything else. It would be wonderful. It'd be fun. Allegedly, Hasbro doesn't hate me, but let's face it, I just have this little underground Nerf news show and this mental illness and, well, yeah, you know, yeah. But I'm getting better. And I'm trying to make this screen better, and this lighting better, and this hearing better. You can hear me, right? Good. Okay, good. My dad also is partially deaf. He lost one of his eardrums. But, yeah. So, you go on the Wacom S7 side of things, and the reaction is quite different. So check this out. Check out how stoked the Walrus is to get a package. He's like, oh, I got a package! Oh, no, no! Like I would do. I would just, like, yell.
Oh boy,
just like
oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got another box from Nerf that says hashtag Nerf Nation Epic.
Yay!
Which should be rather interesting. It's a bit smaller than the last box, which is great because that means I get to actually put it on my workbench, and it comes in this nice laminated
smaller.
cardboard, which means
I can only imagine how much bigger the other box was. I mean, you guys saw that box. It was huge on Coop's channel. It was huge.
I have no idea what's in this, and I'm quite excited to see.
No idea.
Because it says Epic Summer.
It could be a
Summer
human
is
head.
upon us.
What's in the box?
That means it's no longer modding season. It's actually time to start playing.
Summer!
Are you ready? I'm ready.
So check this out. He's opening it up.
We open it up and we get, oh, there's like footballs and stuff.
Totally different reaction. Totally different reaction.
Alright, okay. So let's see, can you still see in here? Okay, yes, you can see in here. So first things up, we've got a dart catcher.
I have to destroy one of those with the predator one day.
It's a box with some little slits in it.
Yay,
It's
hooray.
a box with some things in it that will catch darts, and you can keep track of your score and stuff like that. Plus, it also doubles as a portable thing to hold your darts.
This was my
Kind of a
favorite
weird
part.
color scheme.
I so want to
suppose
shoot an
it's right,
FNJ
which
at one
I
of these.
appreciate. We've got...
He's got a bottle. A bottle.
Oh, this
There's
is
a
cool.
dart in there.
Oh, this is really
What
cool.
is it?
Come on.
A message in a bottle,
We've got a
yeah.
bottle with a Nerf Nation sticker on it that
Message in
has
a
something
bottle, yeah.
as a message, but can we get it out of there
Oh boy.
before I...
It may
break
require
it?
tools.
Let's see
Shame,
over
shame,
there.
shame. Oh, I think it's...
Pretty good. Let's see. Okay, there we go.
Oh, there we are. He just kind of
Maybe?
pushed one and moved the other and...
Awesome for this one.
Next time, make it no tools required. That's the best way to do it. That bottle's clever, though.
There we go.
But, oh, there we are. He got it. It was a
Never
challenge.
coming out of there.
But the dart's not coming
That's
out of
its
there.
new home.
That's his new
Held
home!
together by twine and glue.
So check this out.
If you're reading this, you're about to have an epic summer as part of the Nerf Nation. From Nerf footballs to blasters and super soakers, it's Nerf or nothing when it comes to fun, summer fun for all ages. Show us how you'll play all summer long with these awesome Nerf products and swag, including new Fortnite blasters to keep the fun going off screen. Hope you'll share this exclusive product drop in our channels using hashtag Nerf and hashtag Nerf Nation.
Yeah! See, I mean, they should have sent one to me. I would be crazy. I would do crazy stuff. I would really enlist my friends and family to do crazy stuff below the misdemeanor felony level, but still... So until next time, this is Chris CARTAYA saying don't you go changing. This is season 2, episode 14. That's all I have for today. Now I think I'm going to kick back and watch some classic movies like this one. Because, do you know that Disney named a whole division after Mary Poppins, the movie? Because he was so impressed with the production. They call it the Mapo division. That's where they build, like, the Mapo boards that run all the audio animatronics and stuff. And they build the tracks and everything else. Yeah, so the basic ride vehicles and the ride execution, all Mapo division. And he was so impressed with this story. And it was a challenge getting this, too, because P.L. Travers was a pain in the ass. Didn't want anything to do with Disney. Didn't like the style things were done. Didn't want her books to be a cartoon. She said no animation, no anything. And the scene with the penguins just pissed her off royal. I mean, it's the movie Saving Mr. Banks is not real at all. Actually, Walt went to Palm Springs for 2 weeks. He wasn't even there, from what I understand, from people I know. He wasn't even there. He just went to Palm Springs for 2 weeks. I do think he went to England to talk to her and say, you know, I gave a promise to my daughters to actually do this film. But, you know, yeah. But this movie really makes me think, and this was in 1961, okay? It really makes me think, if we could have that kind of vision today, that kind of determination to make something right and make something great, and even deal with people like P.L. Travers and this and that, and a difficult personalities, all work together, we can all make something good. I felt that this is what happened in Singapore. This wasn't there. You know, that idea of working all together and getting it all done, it just wasn't there. And I feel that a lot of things fall very short. So this absolutely great movie. It's absolutely adorable movie. And I know a lot of you take it for granted now. You were raised as a kid, I know, Chris, you're talking about Mary Poppins. But I'm not really talking about Mary Poppins. I'm talking about pursuits like Mary Poppins. Like what they did. It's like having that kind of vision. And I feel like I should just go for a drive and forget it all. So until next time, this is Chris CARTAYA saying, don't you go changing, or I'll find you. And yeah, let's go out. Let's go for a drive. I want to drive and be happy.
The mattress,
Oh,
the reviewers. Cozy, breathable, perfect.
I like Goldilocks. Oh, that's Casper. You're the gay company that doesn't have Goldilocks. That's right. Goldilocks is a do-do-do. This is kind of stupid. Hey, oh, there you go.
There's no such thing as a perfect writer. This is why
There's no such thing as a perfect commercial either. Bye.